tell them.
Oh, this really is uni life.
You just started shaking your face.
Right, well, if you'll give me a second then we'll get to it. And it's convenient. This is to be used on dry, unwashed hair.
Beautiful.
Brilliant. I don't even have to shower or nothing. Sorry. No, I'm just wondering. It's probably the worst 30 minutes of my life to this day. Because I needed him to shut up a couple of weeks ago. My roots will look good this time.
This section first.
Okay, where is it here?
Should I play boob juice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I didn't realize how long that hair was.
Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah. Take a wild guess, babe.
Is there a ball? Is there a cat?
I don't know. Okay, you can't. This is the internet's fault.
Rachel's been mad at me all day for things that I can't control.
I'm not. I just.
We were lost out here and she was like, where am I going? I went, I don't know.
Oh my god, BK is cool. Oh my god. Because we're like, why can't people like Mason do that? And we established it's Sonder.
Songa?
Can you Sonder? If you can Sonder, you're in.
It's Wednesday as I film this. I didn't film half as much as I wanted to at the weekend, and I haven't filmed Monday or Tuesday. Monday, I really wasn't doing well. The day itself was fine, like objectively it was fine. I went to my lectures and I got work done. I went shopping, but just my mood was in the bin. Like, it was really not good. I just felt rubbish. I think I was just really tired from the weekend. But yeah, not a great day Monday. And then yesterday, still kind of recovering. I haven't really slept well so far this week. My roommates have been having a jolly old time, which is their prerogative. Like, they're having a good time, but I have contact days every day, so I go in and I have lectures of some sort every day, whereas I think they only have a couple of days a week, so they kind of have a bit more freedom with that kind of thing. So fair enough. I mean, they're having a good time. But yeah, haven't been sleeping all that well. And then yesterday was good. I had 2 lectures. The 2-hour lectures really get me. I'm aware that, you know, I'm not doing like a full day, and it's not like I'm doing like 9 to 5 particularly. So I'm, you know, very grateful that I can kind of come in and out, and I can have like an hour or 2 here to regroup and what have you. But the 2-hour lectures really get me. They just feel so long. Like, they feel longer than 2 hours. I'm just sitting there like, can we wrap up? Luckily I'm very interested in everything that is being talked about, so it's not like I'm kind of nearly falling asleep. But I do reach a point sort of in the last 10 minutes of the lecture where attention kind of dwindles. I said last week that I wanted it to get better every lecture. Like, I wanted each lecture to feel easier, and literally every single lecture last week I was experiencing an insane amount of anxiety. And this week has been better. I have noticed a difference. Lectures are becoming fairly easy to attend. Like, I'm not sitting there panicking or, you know, with a crazy heartbeat or anything like that. Like, it feels okay. Seminars, I've had 2 so far, and I think they're just going to get easier as I go along, because you get to know people, you know? You get to know the people around you, the people on your course. Like, I did a seminar on, I think it was yesterday, actually, and I got put in a group with 3 other people, and it was good. Like, we all were talking, and we were coming up with ideas, and it was good. And there are awkward moments, but that's going to happen because we all don't know each other. So, but yeah, it's going well so far. The thing that's standing out to me the most is just I'm fairly consistently exhausted. Like, I am perpetually exhausted. And I don't know. I mean, that's not new. That's a me thing. I'm just always tired. More so than other people appear to get. I get emotionally tired. I get socially tired. I get physically tired. Like, I've had 1 lecture today and I don't have anything else. I'm gonna do some prep for a seminar I have tomorrow, but like, I don't have to be anywhere. And I'm like a bit dead. Like, I could go to bed right now. And I do think partly I'm not getting enough sleep, but I haven't had that hectic of a week, and I'm just like, I'm just a little bit exhausted. Like, I think the worst part of this week so far, weirdly, has been the absence of other people. So when I first moved here, it had only ever been me here. And then when I had 2 people come visit me, it was all 3 of us in this room, which was quite overwhelming, but I was very happy to have them here. And then when they left, suddenly I'm so aware that I'm the only person in this room, and that there's no one else kind of here that I know really well within this city. It's really strange. I feel like I was coping with it a lot better before they came to visit, as lovely as it was to see them. The moment they left, I was like, great. I also just really miss my mum. Like, I really do. I haven't seen her since I moved here, and I won't be seeing her for another, I think it's 2.5 weeks. I'm trying not to dwell too much, because I do have things to do, and the work is picking up, so that's quite nice, because it's like something I can really focus on and something that I am interested in and I do want to learn about, so I'm focusing on that. I want to try and come up with a couple of like fun ideas for videos. I don't just want it to be me consistently sitting here talking, as much as this is a video diary and I do want to do that. I kind of want to pluck up the courage to go out and film a few things. I might film a bit at the beach, just so that there's a bit of variation. And also, I don't know, just think of things that I could do that will be interesting to watch. I can kind of make this channel into a place where I can make all kinds of videos. You know? We'll see. I'll do some brainstorming. I'm gonna go. I've got some work I need to do. See you tomorrow, hopefully. As the spectacular blockbuster adheres to the conventions of classical narrative structure. I'm filming this on my phone because 1, it's kind of a faff to set up my camera, but 2, I feel like whenever I set up the camera and I've got a camera staring at me, my vibe shifts. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference, but I'm extremely tired right now and I'm filming on my phone. Those 2 things combined mean that my demeanor is going to be a lot more chill. But I've just come back from meeting up with a friend, and I don't know, I think it's a combination of filming myself, knowing how I feel while I'm filming myself, and like I'm very aware of myself and I'm very aware of the way I'm being perceived, because I know that someone's going to perceive me because I'm filming it. And then the meeting new people and spending time with people that I'm not that familiar with, even if, you know, like I'm comfortable to a certain extent, but we're still not super close, so like it just feels kind of weird. I don't know, I feel like the moment I know I'm being perceived, I freeze up, and I feel it happening more and more. And I just think I'm very aware of it because I'm meeting new people, because I'm filming myself, I'm watching myself back. I feel like I'm only able to be comfortable, like really truly comfortable, when I'm alone, and it's really starting to bother me. Like, I get to the end of the day and I'm so bothered by it. I'm so bothered by the fact that I don't seem to have anyone that I can just exist around unapologetically, that doesn't exhaust me. Like, and it's not personal, it's not the people, it's me. Like, it's my reaction to being perceived. It's not that I don't like the people I'm around or that I don't want to spend time with them. It's literally, that's my, like, my basic programming. It feels like it's not a choice I make. It's like I go into people are perceiving me mode, and that's exhausting. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm just feeling really shitty about it. And I'm just getting to a point where like, I don't want every time I film to be a situation where I'm like really aware of myself and I don't always feel my most authentic while I'm filming, and then I watch it back and I think, oh no, it's fine. Like, I seem fine. Like, looking back on it, like, I don't look, you know, but I know how I feel when I'm filming. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now. It's just something about me that has bothered me for a really long time and is just kind of amplified, or has been for the past couple of weeks, because not only am I meeting lots of new people and not really having anyone with me that I can feel really comfortable around, but I also have started filming myself, and that's a choice for sure. I do want to do a video diary and I do want to keep track of stuff, but I don't know, I dream about a time when I can be in a room with someone and not feel like I'm performing in some way. I kind of wanted to avoid filming on my phone because the quality is like half of what my camera can do, but it's just been something that's been on my mind, and I thought I'd say something. I don't know. It's been nearly 2 weeks since the last clip. A lot's happened and also I just haven't really been in the mood to film. So my mum came to visit, which was really lovely. We had a great Saturday, not the one that's just gone, but the one before. And I think I needed her to visit. I think I just needed to see her, and I feel like it's had a very good impact of, like, I feel like now I can keep going for a couple of weeks. Well, I say a couple of weeks, I've already done one of them, and my goodness. And I've only got 6 days before she comes back to pick me up to go home. So I'm going back for the half term, or the consolidation week as they call it. Yeah, I've had a good week, I would say. I've had 2 lectures today. One was technically like a workshop. We're working on the editing software that they teach us here. I feel like slowly I'm getting it. I don't feel like I'm completely lost. I feel like last week if I'd filmed immediately after, I would have been like, I don't know what's going on. But I feel like this week I went over a couple of things. They have the PowerPoints like ready for you to access, so if you want to go back and like look at the week before, you can. So I did that. But I just feel like the software that they teach us here, that they've decided is like the software to use, is, I'm personally used to DaVinci Resolve, and that's what we did at college, and that's what I use to edit this, and I find it so user-friendly. And if you don't know much about editing, you can kind of muddle your way around and watch a couple of tutorials and you're fine. And I'm not an editor, like, I wouldn't consider myself an editor. I like cutting stuff together. Beyond that, sound, colouring, anything, I'm good. I'm alright. I like the cut together and then I hand off to other people. So for the basics of that, I really like DaVinci, and learning a new software, I'm not loving it, but I'm getting there. Anxiety when going to lectures is almost gone. It's when it comes down to the smaller groups and you can't rely on people to put their hands up as much and like take the attention off of you because you're in a smaller group. So a couple of the workshops and a couple of the seminars. I'm doing okay, like I'm managing, but sometimes, yeah, I can feel a bit anxious, and sometimes I just wake up. I've had a couple of days where I've just woken up feeling anxious, and then it's just carried through the entire day, and like I'm really aware of my chest feeling really tight. So I don't know what that's about really, and I try and kind of work through that. Also, the lecture that I've just come back from, they're trying to get us to think about themes and trying to get us to build a concept for a film based on theme and based on emotion, and the way that they're framing it is very much like dig deeper, you know, find something really specific and represent it in a visual way, and don't get too caught up in narrative. Really focus on theme, really focus on emotion, really focus on how you're going to visually represent that. And coming out of that lecture, they've been talking so much about memory and about your own experiences, and about how memory is not always reliable, but it often defines how you think about yourself, how you think about others, how you think about life. And everyone has a certain element of like bias in their life, which is something I think about all the time, is that reality isn't really reality because everyone has their own sense of reality, and I'm not going to get into that. But what I find really interesting is they've been talking about bias, and they've been talking about reflection, and they've been talking about all this stuff, and yet I've noticed when they ask supposedly open-ended questions, they're still looking for a specific answer. Like, they frame it like they're not. They ask subjective questions, and then they get one or two answers back, and they kind of go, yeah, but also, and it's like, it's really interesting because some of the lecturers, I really like their energy, and I really enjoy listening to them, and I can really engage with them, and I feel very present in their lectures. And other lectures, like the one I've just come from, I think it's just like an energy thing. I just don't think I connect to the people presenting, and there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. I think I just, as a person, can't engage as well with them. But then I also feel like they're framing it as if they're trying to open our minds and trying to get us to think deeper without acknowledging their own biases and their own expectations of what we're going to produce and what they would consider to be a satisfactory result. I was just kind of sitting in the lecture listening and having all of these thoughts of like, you're wanting us to reflect, but in a very specific way, like in the way that you want us to. Do you know what I mean? I just find it fascinating because you go through school. I mean, I went through school. The reason I was good at school is because I learnt the mark schemes. I learnt how they wanted us to answer questions. I wasn't necessarily incredible at every subject. I just was very good at tuning into what we were being asked to do. And I kind of thought, because college in a way strayed from that a bit, and it did become more subjective and more like, this is your thing and we're gonna let you do your thing. And I thought uni would be the same, and it is in a way, like it's much looser than the school system, but there is still that element of like doing what they want you to do and doing it in the way that they want you to do it. I just find that so interesting, especially because they've been talking about opening your mind and there is no right answer, and this is about exploring ideas, but they haven't actually said, and by the way, we have biases too, and we, I don't know, I just find it interesting. And I'm aware that they're, you know, they're older and they're experienced and they've got more life experience, but I just find it fascinating that to them there is still a correct way to answer the questions that they pose, and there's still a correct way, or a more correct way than this way. Not necessarily like a black and white, this is right and this is wrong, but like, yeah, you're starting to get it now that you've sort of ventured over here. I just find that so funny. I don't know. I feel like the course I'm on is a creative course, and you'd think that there would be like less of a correct way to do things, and I do feel like they have their idea of how they want us to be thinking and how they want us to be exploring certain ideas, and I just find that really interesting. And I know that there's got to be a certain element of that in order to mark stuff, because otherwise it would be impossible to mark stuff. It's just like thoughts I've been having. It's only Monday, so it's the start of the week. I had a good weekend. It was an F1 weekend. It was Austin. and oh my god, it was an eventful weekend. We had the sprint, which was sick. Qualifying had some crazy moments, and then the race itself, edge of my seat the whole time. It was brill. And we got a third Leclerc win, so very nice. But yeah. And then I'll be going home in like 6 days, I think it is. Which is weird and a bit surreal, and I don't know how I feel about it because I feel very disconnected from there already. Like the moment I moved here, after the first night, I felt quite settled here, immediately felt extremely disconnected from where I've grown up, and then thought, I felt like I'd lost all elements of like having a home, like having a place where I've got roots, because the place that I just left, I grew up but emotionally disconnected from quite a while ago, moved here, which is a temporary place, like I'm only going to be here for 3 years, so I feel fairly at home here, but I know it's only temporary, and then I've got this other place that I grew up, but I don't feel like it's home anymore. It's very strange. I will be very looking forward to seeing everyone. I've got a lot of different people that I'm going to catch up with. It'll also be my birthday, which is fun, and yeah, I feel very strange about it. It feels very surreal. That's the only word that feels accurate. This is Sarah Jane, by the way. This elephant that's been in the shot the entire time. But I'm meeting up with a friend tomorrow, which is nice. And yeah, I think that's all for now.